Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Pastime Picks Podcast. I am Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
I'm Andy, the King of Pennants.
So, guys, tonight we're going to be drafting our favorite mob movies. Or we went a little loose with the definition. We're going to go with like just general organized crime, right? It didn't have to be the Italian mob or the mafia per se, but
Absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of it will be. What's up, Shane? How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for popping over. And Shane was in our quick Instagram live we did for like 30 seconds prior to starting this. So, but yeah, Andy, why don't we show the giveaway? So tonight, because it's a mob theme, tomorrow on Rips and Brews, we ripped a mob hobby box. And this was one of the relic cards we hit out of that. It's a game used envelope. I think.
That's right.
A mobster, Tommy Karate, Patera, mobster, crime boss. Mailed envelope. Yeah.
I don't know if it's mailed. I don't even know if it's mailed. I'm not even sure he's touched it. Maybe it was just in the general vicinity of him.
Yeah.
No.
It was probably mailed. They probably got it to him. It was probably a prison mail.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure something. But yeah, so that's what we're giving away in the sales of the week category. So that should be a fun one. And then, so Andy, last week we had a weird draft. I had some trepidations about that draft. But
I know, I saw.
I did pull that out.
It's a close one.
Yeah, but we're all tied up. I won that. I think it was like 52 to 41 or whatever it was, whatever the numbers were, the breakdown of the stats. But I definitely pulled the victory.
Hey, Dan.
And hey, Dan, how's it going?
I will say though, if we want to break the tie though, kind of right now, since we are 15-15-4, I did beat you on real life show, so.
Yeah, we did real life show twice, so I don't remember the first score. So, and that was Dan. Dan will agree with me here. Dan, we were on the real life perspective show was it last week or the week before? That was last week. Yeah. And we drafted their favorite Seinfeld side characters. And Andy chose, it wasn't really a draft because we did it reverse order. We went 3-3, 2-2-1-1. And Andy took Frank Costanza in a side character draft in the second round. Frank did his second round to no one. Frank is a first round pick. So
he was my number 2 pick, so I had to pick him.
So it's under protest. I will not give you
And I would have taken Newman, so you took Newman.
I took Newman, but I would have taken Frank over Newman.
Well,
so I mean, regardless, you don't get Newman, and you could have had Newman and Costanza if we would have played it right.
No, I know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe somebody could have. So. That's that. But yeah, that's under protest, so I'm not going to be factoring that into our draft, our record at all.
Yeah. All right. So tonight, yes, mob movies. Should be interesting. And then Dan, I'll show you this too. I don't know if you saw it yet. This is what we're giving away. Tommy Karate Patera. He is a mob hitman.
Is it hitman? It says crime boss. It's a hitman?
Yeah, he's a hitman, basically.
So it's a game used mobster envelope. Relic.
Exactly.
It's numbered, right? It is numbered.
I think it was. It was like numbered to like. I don't know. I don't know if it was numbered, but it was like, 1 in 500 or something.
Yeah, I did. Dan, I actually watched that whole draft. I watched it back in the day, but I watched it again in preparation for this draft. So my picks were, and he just dropped off. Hopefully he's coming back. I'm going to text him. But yeah, Dan, my picks were Newman. Who's my second pick? Blanking. There he is. Let me pull him back on stage. What happened over there?
Did you get kicked out? I just suddenly
No, you just vanished.
Interesting. Yeah.
Dan, it's a mob or like organized crime. Doesn't have to be exactly Italian mob. It could be organized crime. Just wasn't like just crime movies in general, but it had to be somewhat organized crime.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you put this on your thing, but I will give it like an example. This is my example of a crime movie, but not a mob movie. Like do you remember the movie Heat?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a mob movie. I mean, that's not a mob movie. That's not the type of organized crime. It's like one, but I would say it's a crime movie and it's a great movie. So
I think anything with like a gang, a mob, or any kind of if there's an organization, but Heat, I don't remember Heat that well, but I'll take your word for it. That's not on my list anyway.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me get to the wheel to figure out who drafts first here.
Yeah, there's some. I was talking around my office, and there were some very, very strong feelings on this, one way or the other. People had really strong. I would have thought that there was pretty kind of like, the first 5 or 6 are pretty much everybody's, right? But
now,
yeah, I think depending on when you were born and what you watched growing up and stuff it depends a lot on what your mom.
Where's just your favorite? Some are more action packed than others, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So that's it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. But the other 2 things too. So one, stay tuned to the end of the episode, whether you're watching live and you leave, try to pop back towards the end, or if you're watching on the replay, stick through to the end, because we have a little blooper reel we put up of all of Andy's mishaps and me. Some of it's a behind the scenes stuff. Mrs. Flips makes an appearance.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to the end. It's a short little reel I put in to end the episode tonight.
Absolutely.
Some language doesn't usually make the podcast. And yeah. All right. And also, by the way, though, let's real quick, Andy, everyone go subscribe to the Reseller Leftovers podcast, because Dan was talking about the podcast today. They're trying to really build it over there. Dan was actually trying to recruit subscribers from homeless men outside of Goodwill. Right. So I want, if anyone is over here, go over to the Reseller Locker Room. I'm sorry, not Reseller Locker. Well, there too, but Reseller Leftovers, and subscribe to Dan.
Yeah. How do I get the feeling that Dan's been in a lot of these like awkward situations before? Like, like I just feel like Dan's like a nice enough guy. He's got his friendly face. I'm sure he's been like put in awkward situations and just been like, why? How did this happen? Like for me, if I'm going to the store, like, or anything like that, like I stare through people.
I have no eye contact with anyone.
Nobody exists for me at all.
I just have a scowl when I'm out shopping. I wasn't leaving you out, Shane. Yeah, I'm sorry. Reseller Locker Room as well, which we're gonna have Soda. We already had Soda City Flips on. We're gonna have Ben, Rocky Top Picker, as a guest next week. Yeah, definitely looking forward to Ben. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, sorry, man. I wasn't leaving. I'm not gonna leave out another great podcast. And Beatty, blooper reel, end of the episode. Andy saw a teaser of it. Very, very good. Very good blooper reel.
It is.
All right. Without further ado, Andy, let's see who picks first here. All right.
Thank you, real life. And
well, very, very thank you should say, Andy.
Very thank you.
But we don't recognize that win. We don't recognize that win on this podcast, Sean.
A win is a win is a win. My friend.
Under protest.
Oh, look at this. See, I'm telling
you,
people are throwing out their favorites, which may or may not be on the list. I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of favorites that you don't even think about.
Yeah, for sure. I never heard a couple ones already mentioned, to be honest, which is maybe embarrassing for me. Yeah. But yeah, Ben's on next week. We're doing college football. I think we're drafting like the all-time college football programs. So back to the sports segment next week. Ben's a big college football guy. So looking forward to that. One of the better voices in reselling out there. I mean, he's a former DJ, so the guy can really use the mic there. A lot better than me, for sure. And much better than him over there.
Yeah, wrong. You're pointing the wrong way.
Oh, whatever. All right.
But very thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right. Let me get my list together, because I never get to pick first. I'm not prepared.
I think Ergo may have been visiting some of these places that maybe not mob areas, but I think he's talking about Eastern Promises, which is, I think it's a Russian mob movie.
Really?
He's traveling all over. Well, maybe not Russia, but he's traveling over like Europe, sitting some shady places. I think, like getting like the gritty areas of those places.
Ah, that's very, very interesting.
But
yeah, I don't.
All right, I was trying to give you some time to figure out.
No, I was ready. Yeah, I just wanted to pull my list up real fast.
Okay.
All right, so my probably not the consensus pick that a lot of people would pick number one, but I feel like it's a lot more. I like the actors in this movie a lot better, a lot more action than other more classic ones. Okay. I'm going Goodfellas. Can't get more of a top 3 actors with, some Ray Liotta recently passing, or not recently. It seemed like it was recent, but maybe it's like 5 years ago now. I don't even know how long ago. But great characters.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pesci's awesome and Goodfellas, De Niro.
Yeah.
So, and a lot more action than a lot of I'm not gonna name other names, but I feel like it's
I know you're
pretty action packed.
You're trying to take out some picks potentially. I see. What
no, I'm not mentioning anything.
Yeah, that's good. I honestly.
Thanks, Bagel Man. Appreciate it.
In terms of like mob movies, like growing up, like that's the one I remember by far the most, and probably have seen the most too. Like,
those scenes
over and over again.
I watched it with my son a couple weeks ago, and that scene where like they're trying to hide the cocaine, or he's all like, I guess they're all high, trying to organize the smuggler, and the helicopter's chasing him. He's paranoid.
Yeah.
That whole like 3 minutes of a movie was like insane.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of that like that give me anxiety just from like imagining going through that. Like that is one thing for sure. But
like the girl wanted to go home and get her lucky hat or lucky bag or something. He's freaking out because they're on a time crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It was a cool movie. It was very well done. I liked it. And that's is that who actually did that? That was the director.
I'm not a big director guy, so I don't really pay attention to directors. But is that somebody? I'm sure somebody with a lot more knowledge.
Yeah, it's the famous guy. I can't remember his name, but anyway,
not Tarantino, but it's not like Francis Ford Coppola or someone.
No,
I'll look it up while you're doing your thing over there.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Scorsese. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. He had some great stuff. I mean, I know the problem is like it's always it's a nail on the head. You know, it's like the chalk pick, as you like to say. I think I probably would have taken Goodfellas second. I'm going to take Godfather number one, the first one, as my number one pick. I love. It's a great movie. It's long. It's good, but it's like it's really kind of the first, I think, real kind of mob movie that was actually. I mean, it was widely considered one of the best movies of all time. So certainly in terms of a mob movie. But yes, does it have like the kind of the craziness that a Goodfellas does? No, it doesn't. And maybe, but still a classic movie.
It's definitely going to be top two regardless. Well, I would have taken it 2. I wasn't going to take it 1, but I mean, it's a great movie. It's a little slower than Goodfellas, and just depending on what you're mood for, right? I mean,
I agree.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that pick. All right, let me type that in here, and then we'll get to the first segment.
I'll be interested to see where this is going to go from here on out.
Yeah. He's gonna get that's where the chalk ends, I think. It might go off the rails a bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. All right, Andy, let me hit this guy here.
Sale of the week.
All right, so in this segment, we show each other our sales of the week, and we guess each other's prices. We want to get within 10%. We want the chat to guess along. Third item overall, we're doing a giveaway for Andy's Mob Game Used Relic card that we pulled on Rips and Brews that's coming out tomorrow night. So Andy will show you that. It's a Tommy Karate Terra prison used envelope or something like that.
Prison used envelope,
yeah. So that's what we're giving away. That's in the third item. My second item overall. First item is this right here. And I actually posted this on Instagram this morning. I listed it this morning.
I did see that, yeah.
Quick turnaround time on this. And actually, this is going to be my upcoming video next week that I bought. I bought this at the National. But it's an early 1970s game used Phillies dugout coat and hat. And the hat is number 23, which was Oscar Gamble, I think, up until 1973. It's probably Oscar Gamble.
Wow.
So you get the hat and the jacket. The jacket doesn't have a name or number in it. Okay. But came together, so
you said it's a bench jacket, or is it a
dugout? They would wear in the dugout
or a pitcher. It's not like a warm-up jacket or anything. A pitcher's jacket.
It is. I mean, but what could have been worn by a manager, a pitcher, and in this case, maybe Oscar Gamble was an outfielder.
All right.
We got some guesses. So Real Life is in at 225. Dan's in at 309. Bagel Man at 265. Soda City Flips, 189. I skipped one. I'm not sure which one I skipped.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Everybody's pretty close though.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know, man. This thing is.
And you got a 2 for 1 here too, in it, because you got to guess the price of the jacket and the hat, right?
We're combining them, right? I mean,
it's one. I sold them together as the one lot. Yeah. BD in at 209, Brendan P in at 266. Welcome in, Brendan P. I don't think I recognize that name in the chat. Ergo at 499.
I'm leaning towards Ergo. I'm leaning towards a higher price because it's a game used and it's a player hat with a number in it, most likely.
Yeah.
You kind of feel
a number in it. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is a bit of a sleeper, and especially if you had it up and it sold immediately. I feel like, although maybe that means it's a lower price that you had it up for, but
yeah, I know you're thinking, yeah.
Good question, Bagel Man. What is the fabric on that? Is that a rich velvet or is that a satin?
Well, good question. It's more satin style, but the cool thing about this jacket, which dates it to the early 1970s, is the P. Let me see if I can zoom in on the P.
You always zoom in on the P, don't you?
Yeah, I do. No, I do not. So can you see that there? It's like, it's embroidered. It's all like all of it's embroidered throughout. So they went to more of like a stitched on P later on. I can't get back out. I'm locked into that zoom. There we go. I don't know if there was a union made label. I don't think so. At least not up in it's a Wilson brand, size 44, but there wasn't a union label.
All right. Well, I think we got most of the guests now. I'm gonna go a little higher, I think, than everybody. So you had it. Where did you actually sell this? You sold this on Instagram, or you sold it on?
No, I showed it on Instagram, but it's sold on eBay. Yeah.
On eBay. Okay, so
eBay. Yeah.
I could check the price of it. All right, I'm gonna go 549.
549.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's let Annie know how he did. We'll do some calculations.
He's lying, isn't he? That looks like a win to me. I don't know what you're saying.
That's why I put the L girl in the corner, because I thought it was a pretty entertaining breakdance work there. But yeah, Annie, that was a lost guess for you. I was foreseeing that people might see that as a positive. Here we go.
Okay, all right.
350.
Somebody was close, I think, right?
Yeah, there were several close guesses.
Okay.
I think Dan was very close. Dan might have been the closest, at least according to my poor math skills there.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty easy math.
Your lack of math skills.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that's
we
cool.
go.
I'm a little surprised. I thought it might be.
To be honest, I probably could have aimed for higher. I took an offer. I had it up a little higher than that, but hey, man, I got to move inventory when I had it listed for 3 hours. I don't know. I mean, I've seen them sell Ergo. I've seen them. The challenge with that is it's difficult to document the exact player who wore the jacket. So if I could have documented it, I would have aimed a lot higher. But as it was, I wanted to. I'm happy to move.
Well,
stuff.
You're looking to not flip, but you're looking.
Yeah. And I got it. I got a very good deal on it, which you'll see next week, and I'm sure you'll be catching that video on Saturday, Andy.
Oh yeah, I have it on my phone. It tells me.
What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Well, thanks for joining us.
Well, I feel like the Pennants have been too easy for you recently, so I'm gonna go a little card wise here. I can zoom in a little bit if you need me to. Yeah,
I can't even see the player. Oh, okay. DTR.
So this is a DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson. This is a to 1 of 5. So this is actually a Obsidian. It's a good card. 1 of 5. Which there's a bunch of versions of this card, but like this color match with the signature and stuff is a 1 of 5. So it's DTR is the guy. That's what signs his name. He's kind of an up and coming. I guess he was drafted, I don't know, 5th round or something last year. I think he was kind of was like the sleeper guy that people thought he was going to do really well. He hasn't.
Yeah,
really,
like a slow developer guy, I think, right?
Yeah.
For it was like a project quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's out of UCLA, but everybody was pretty high on this guy. So
and probably got a little bit more time on the practice field with their other quarterback being a fan of massages and such. So
from what I've heard, DTR is far less handsy, or maybe not handsy, but he's
yeah. So it's a nice. I mean, obviously that's one of the better like current modern hobby boxes or whatever you can rep, right? Not the best, but it's definitely up there. A very attractive set, attractive product. I mean, not the best player you could pull out of there, but people do collect him. They like those young quarterbacks that maybe could amount to something down the road.
Definitely.
So their guesses are all over the place in the chat. I think I saw this card in person. I think you had this in Chantilly, didn't you? You're trying to trade it. Yeah. I'm going to go 1 of 5 auto. I'm going to go 124.99.
All right.
124.99. Dan's at 59. Soda City in at 239. Real Life at 199.99. Ergo at 99 even. Brendan P at 35.
All right.
Hard to.
Give me that. I ain't done.
Got a fresh one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I had it up.
Man, Dan is on fire today.
Yeah, Dan is on fire.
Damn. Hopefully he continues with a giveaway coming up in the next item here.
Yeah.
Man.
I had it up I think I had it up for as much as 140 or 150 and was not getting a whole lot of action. Unfortunately, DTR is not the big guy. So still worth it.
Yeah. I tell you, Dan was at the 127 sale with Tim over the years and Carry American Arbitrage. I think he picked up a lot of card knowledge hanging out with those guys over there.
So far, he's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Well, right, Dan, hopefully you didn't blow your load, so to speak, and see if you can get the one that matters to get your.
So this is for the giveaway. So again, giveaway for the Tommy Karate Patera prison used envelope numbered. I think it was numbered. I forget the number. Yeah, but yeah, if you check out Rips and Brews tomorrow night, we ripped a mob hobby box each of us, and they're pretty big boxes, so it's not a quick video, but fun time.
I think 200 cards. I think total.
Yeah. So here's what we got next, Andy. Andy's favorite category here. I'm going to go with baseball bat. But that's not going to tell you. That doesn't tell you too much information. So let me give you a couple close-ups.
What's going on with it? There's no handle.
Yeah, that's part of the game here. The price. So this is a 1909 Ty Cobb souvenir bat. These were like a stadium, like not giveaway, but they would sell these at stadiums. And there was a find of these, maybe in the 80s. I think in a schoolhouse or a barn in Pennsylvania. So a lot of them. I mean, they're not super common, but I've sold a lot of them. A lot of them that show up do have wood damage, like this one. That the handle's almost gone on this guy, right? Mm-hmm. That's what the large photo here. And they're like 30-inch bats. They're not huge bats. So
they're not. Again, are they actual like usable bats, or were they just like souvenir? Really? No,
you could use them. They were like a heavy wood. They're not a super heavy wood. They're probably more of a youth size bat that kids would have used at the time period, but
gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
Definitely a correct true time period Ty Cobb bat, not the Louisville Slugger decal Ty Cobb bats. They're going to command, premium money, but still a period Ty Cobb bat.
Okay.
Shane Soda City Flips is in at 179. Again, this is for the giveaway. So the closest wins the mob card from Andy there.
Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting one. I wonder. I feel like I'm trying to delve into your psyche and figure out why you'd be listing it like this. And I feel like, so before or after, like, is it going to go up? I mean, is this a nicer piece than the first one? I'm surprised you didn't do the jacket first, but
I did do the jacket first.
I mean, second. Sorry, that's kind of
I like you're overthinking it, or are you? Are you? I mean,
yeah, I'm not really thinking at all right now. So
Dan at 319, Ergo in a 225, Brennan P at 150.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a hand model bat, but it does have that stamping on there. Uh-oh.
he hates that.
I mean, Stinky Finger is banned as a nickname henceforth. So I must say,
that was the wrong thing to say.
Nobody even knows the origin of the nickname now, but that was all the cheat at the bag snacked episode. I was talking about after eating Cheetos, your fingers are all sticky. And that became my nickname, Sticky Fingers, which really means I'm stealing things, which I'm not. And then it merged to Stinky Fingers, which is not great either. So
it's always good.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. All right.
Yeah, so does he. Stinky Fingers. Love it.
Sean's in at $69.
Let's maybe give it, I don't know, 10, 15 more seconds, and then I'll.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Real life is.
I don't.
All of our things into it.
No, I take crotch strap. I take crotch strap over Stinky Finger. I mean, Stinky Finger is a lot more ways you could like think that nickname originated than.
Yeah,
I guess crotch strap does too, really. But
all right, last call for your bids. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with $399.99 is my guess.
$399.99. All right. I'm gonna give it a 5-second countdown, then I'll give Annie his answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did my fingers wrong.
Oh my God. I'm really sorry.
You're really trying to push that one home.
I love that one. All right. Did I use that one last week?
Probably, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna use it every week. Here we go.
Geez. Wow. Okay.
$164.99. So there's two guesses that we got to do some tabulations here, Andy. They're very, very close here, right? Brendan P and Soda City Flips. So you're the mathematician over there. Let me know because I don't want the stress of calculating that.
Okay. All right. Let's just do a quick little math here. So Soda City is in at 179. That's $14.01. He is off. And Brendan is $14.99 off, right?
All right. So it's Shane, right? As we said.
Yeah. Very close, guys.
I mean, that's why I knew it was very close. Yeah.
All right. Well, Shane.
Yeah, there we go, Shane. Perfect, Shane. So that's coming your way. Appreciate you being here, man.
I'll get your address from Keith. You have.
I don't have it actually, Annie, but Shane, I'll send you a message on Instagram because I still have a package packed up to send you after you're on our live. So I will send you a message and then I will forward that message to Andy as well, or forward that address. Yeah.
Strong. Yeah. Impressive. I overshot. I continue to overshoot. All right. I'll do one more for you, Keith. Can't stay away too long from the Pennants, so let's go.
All right. World Football League. Here that is, Birmingham and Americans. 1973, 1974. I've sold a ton of World Football League pennants. I don't know if I've sold a Birmingham Americans, which tells me it's a pretty obscure one. It might have been like a 1-year team. Do you know how long they were around?
I don't. This has been up for a while. I can tell.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Dan's in at 45. That's a pretty good guess.
I don't understand.
Huh?
What are you the king of?
I think it was probably calling you the king of pennants because you went back to a pennant.
Oh, okay.
I took the name. I took it. I took the compliment.
I appreciate it, Dan.
Man, you're so slow over there. So slow. So Dan at 45. That's a very good guess. I'm going to go slightly higher than Dan, even though Dan's on fire today. My guess is going to be $55 on the Americans.
Okay.
Again, I've sold some more than that, some less than that. But there we go. Ergo's right on. Ergo's sticking with sinky fingers.
Hey, you've definitely cemented it now. I had nothing to do with it.
No, so I should have done that.
Okay.
Brennan paying at 55. So everyone likes my price here. We're all right in the similar ballpark.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Oh! Great job.
Well, I made it.
This is one of my favorite ones for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah, it was up at one point for 55, I think is what it was. It was 54.99 and I took it off for 40. So yeah,
I think I should get a win for that because
this is a multiple, and this is also a multiple repeat customer. So
okay, a little repeat customer discount.
Yeah,
these are these are a tricky pennant because they're the ones that don't roll that well. They're slightly more rigid for an early 70s pennant.
This one was actually, for some reason, was a little. I know what you're saying. Yeah, they are very those are tough because and I have the bigger boxes that I'll roll those in.
Yeah,
those and the CFL pennants for some are the stiffer ones.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, all right.
So back to the draft board here. Let me pull that up.
Self-proclaimed. I have been bequeathed that ergo by the queen of pennants and my predecessor, the former king of pennants.
Predecessor.
Yeah. All right. The question is, all right, I think. What do I do? What do I do?
You might have been saying self-proclaimed about me, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, let's stick with the king of pennants.
I keep taking people's answers the wrong way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like it. You're really struggling with the chat tonight. That makes me happy.
All right. I'm going to go. Let's see. This is a tough one. I don't know. This might lose it for me, but I'm going to go with Godfather 2. So I'm going to go with Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. I think those are two of probably the best mob movies there are. So I'm sorry. I know it's a little bit of an overkill, but the last thing I wanted you to do is to be able to get your number one pick and then get a Godfather. So I'm taking them both. You can't have either one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken that here, and plus for you, you're always like, you want a variety on your board. That's like, you're like the king of variety. And you go Godfather. I mean, Godfather 3 is still gonna be on the board in the next round, I think. So it might be available for you. If you want to keep it going. All right. I like that pick. Because that frees up some stuff for me.
Sure. There's plenty left. I have plenty.
Yeah. I'm gonna go classic here. And again, not a mob movie, but definitely organized crime. Definitely organized drug movie. Same vein as Godfather bit, where it's like a longer movie, some like lower action scenes, but I'm going Scarface.
Okay.
Young Michelle Pfeiffer. Can't argue with Michelle Pfeiffer in any era movie, but I'm going Scarface.
It's on my list. I'll give it to you. Yeah, it was definitely on my list. That's a good. I mean, yeah. I think the first pick here, just by basis of like what you can pick, is a good. I mean, you're in good shape because I feel like the 4 or 5 and the top 5 picks were really good. So I think, unfortunately for me, I would have gone Godfather number 1. So that's. I
will tell you, I had Godfather number 2 as my 6th pick. So that top 5 thing wasn't affecting me at all. But that's I will give him credit. That's pretty freaking good. Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, geez.
Oh man.
I know. Right. I mean, there's some very good like one-liners that come out of here. That,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You know, Andy, when you're editing this podcast, I think you know what your intro is for the next.
yeah,
For the next
I'm just gonna do like a whole version of your nicknames, maybe.
Stinky finger montage.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Andy. So, Andy, we have a next segment coming up. Do you want to do yours or one of the regular ones? It's up to you.
We can do mine. We can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dump the strap. Crotch strap.
It's funny though, but that was your nickname in high school, wasn't it? Crotch strap.
That is not my nickname.
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know, man. We might have to work in a sticky fingers too.
No, I might. That might not be happening.
All right. So new site. I don't know, Dan. I'm not sure if you. I think
Dan was here last week. Yeah.
Sure. Some. This is a new little segment that we started doing where, essentially the idea is I'll give Keith kind of a trivia question or a. I don't know. It's not always necessarily a trivia question. It's almost like a Family Feud version sometimes. So last week it was like a trivia question with like it was name the top 7 ways or not the top 7 ways, the 7 ways you can get to first base. And so that we did that one. Now we're on to a new one. So this is and my favorite part about this too is that Keith is really bad under pressure. So.
I did pretty well last week though.
You did well.
I nailed it. I nailed it.
Okay, so in this version, we're going to add a little wrinkle to it. So in order for Keith to win, I'm going to give him an over-under that he has to hit. So if he goes over, he wins. If he goes under, he loses. So the over-under on this one is 2.5, meaning
low.
So it's out of a total of 5. So you're not,
all right.
It's not that easy. But and the question this week is name the top or the 5 most. I don't want to say it's active. It's the 5 most used high school nicknames, like high school sports nicknames.
Oh, mascots,
okay. Or not mascots, but yeah, like they're what I'm talking about.
I gotcha. All right.
So the top 5.
Oh, let me get my comments off. So you guys can comment away. I have the comments shut off, so it's not going to affect my guesses at all. So feel free to chime in.
So we're going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to give you 5 chances, right? This will be your over-under. So you get 5 chances to get it right. Or you get, I'll
so
tell
I
you.
2.5. I got to get 3. Okay.
You have to get 3 correct to win.
Okay.
And then after that, if you don't get it or you get it, then I'll give you an opportunity to name, what you think maybe. I have a few more guesses. So.
Okay. This is a little tough. You got
to think through it a little bit. This is not super easy to do.
All right, I'm gonna go Bears.
Bears is not on the list. Already one down.
All right, I'm gonna go Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, number 3. So you have one of your first.
All
so
right,
that has out of I guess this is like the total number of teams. And I don't know exactly where this is coming from, but I have 948. So number 3 and number 4 are tied for 948. There are 948 teams that are named the Bulldogs.
Okay. I got 2. This one, I don't. I have a feeling there's a lot of teams with this. I'm going to go Patriots.
That is incorrect.
Oh, I just thought there would be a lot of patriotic themed. All right, so I need to go down. I need to go 2 for 2.
You thought it was easy. You're like, oh, there's no problem, 2.5. But yeah.
Well, I didn't know it was out of 5 when I said that was easy either.
Yeah,
all right, I can still do it.
I think you gotta think really in really general almost.
I was thinking. I feel like I was thinking general.
Okay.
I think I was. All right, let me just think some teams that my son's school plays.
Well,
all right. What?
Okay. No, I'm just saying.
I'm going to go with his school mascot, which I think is a decent chance. It's a terrible NFL team. I'm going to go Lions.
It is not.
Oh.
Not on the list.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
So
you have lost. You have lost.
Yeah, I did lose.
Unfortunately. Let me just do something real quick.
Ow! I don't know which way the horse goes. Ah! Why is that guy laughing at me? And where is he? There was a time limit? Nobody told me that.
Okay. So you got 1 out of 5. I should have set the limit even lower.
Well, no, you didn't even give me a chance to get the second one.
I know. So you got one for 5.
No, I only had 4 guesses.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I lost. I didn't get to.
Okay.
Let me just. Let me guess one more chance. Yeah. I didn't look at the comments yet, so I'm gonna go Vikings.
Also not on the list.
I knew that was.
Okay, so so throw out some more some more for me. By the way,
really
I don't know if you're
here.
looking at. Dan is killing it.
I'm not looking at it all over there. Rams.
No.
What the hell, man?
Go off. All right.
Suck at this game.
Yeah, you really do. Okay. You want me to give you the
Tigers.
Tigers is number 2.
Really? All right. Okay, that's
so you have Tigers and Bulldogs. Tigers is the second, Bulldogs is the third. There's another team tied with the Bulldogs for third.
Okay.
Got any more guesses?
It must be like colleges. They must have I go Panthers.
Panthers is on the list. That's the number 4. See, now you're hitting your stride.
Yeah, a little late.
So you're missing 2. You're missing number 1 and number 5.
1 I'm missing. Wow. Yeah. It's pretty bad to miss that.
Yeah, especially because it's on
I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed.
Eagles, number 1. Yeah. Yes. All right, last one. You have any ideas?
No.
I won't draw it out anymore.
No, I don't know.
Number 5, just under 800 schools, is the Warriors.
Okay.
So you got Eagles at almost 1,400 or over 1,400, Tigers at over 1,000, Bulldogs at 948, and Panthers at 948, and Warriors at 792. Those are the top 5.
It shocks me that the Tigers are above Lions because I feel like, but you sort of go in the vein of like pro teams, like you associate Tigers with baseball, Lions with football, but I guess it's the high school baseball team mascot too, so it didn't really
make sense.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. That was the
poor performance.
But we got plenty more in store for you, so you can redeem yourself. But you're 0 for 1.
I like Sean's mascot.
Dan hit. Yeah.
Did you get them all?
No, he got Panthers, he got Eagles. We did see a Tigers from real life. He got that one. So we definitely had someone there. Some good guesses.
You know our high school mascot?
Do I know our high school?
Yeah, well, maybe you don't have a great memory anymore. I don't know if you do.
I don't, but we were the Vikings, of course.
Yeah. That's why I guess the Vikings.
Yeah. But there you go.
All right.
Till next week.
Are they still the Indians, Dan? I know a lot of schools have changed that. They changed the mascot. Yeah, I thought the Vikings would be on there. I know a lot of high school teams called the Vikings, but
they might be right off the list. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so that was a fun segment. I thought I would never lose that segment. But
well, you never know.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So it's back to me, right, on the draft board here. Yeah, I had Scarface last.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with it. Well, these two I have 2 that are very close to each other. This is a more modern movie, but a great one. Definitely organized crime. Has a lot of suspense and keeps you on your toes. I'm gonna go the Departed.
Yeah, I knew you were going that way.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's like a star-studded.
Oh yeah,
it's about as star-studded as you can get, right?
Yeah, they all have great performances. I mean, they're not. Sometimes you have some star-studded stars that are not their characters aren't great, but I feel like all of them are awesome in that movie.
Oh geez, you're hitting on all cylinders today. I'm in for some trouble. I feel like I went too close to the to the good stuff, but we'll see. You want a little more fan favorites, maybe?
No, just what I like. I wasn't right. I wasn't catering to anyone.
Okay, well, I got 2 back to back. So, and Departed is good. It's actually one that's not really related to the kind of the Italian mob too. It's a Whitey Bulger, right? That was
more of an Irish mob.
Yeah. Yeah, Departed was great. It's a great movie, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go It's definitely on my list. All right, I'm gonna go with the next one. This is kind of falls in line with kind of Goodfellas, Scarface, all of that. I'm gonna go with Casino. Casino is, I probably have seen Casino more than I've seen either one of the Godfathers, and probably very close to being as close like Goodfellas, honestly.
I haven't seen it in a while. I want to watch it again. I feel it's a pretty long movie, right? Compared to Goodfellas. That's like a 3 hour. Yeah.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
Casino is, it's kind of like, it does remind me a lot of Goodfellas. I mean, obviously there's a lot of the same actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's got who's the I can't remember the woman that's in it. It's the blonde from Basic Instinct now.
Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone.
It's really good though. It's got and I like that aspect. I mean, obviously it's heavily involving the mob, but the casino aspect's kind of cool too. It kind of gives you like the behind the scenes of that.
Yeah, it is almost like a sequel to Goodfellas. I mean, the characters are not the same characters, right? But I feel like Pesci is very similar in both of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know, other than him being in Two Utes, right?
that and Home Alone. I mean,
okay, fine. Other than those two, but he's pretty much the same character in every movie. It's very different, not very different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there we go.
Dan,
that's really my genre, right? 94, 95. Like that's freshman year of college.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but Dan was asking if I haven't seen Godfather in a long time. I know my son watched it recently with his friends, and he liked it, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm assuming it's a classic. So I'm not gonna...
You're out of your mind. That's a great movie. Well, you're out of your mind.
I like Casino, but I like your comment. So I like
your comment more, yeah.
I'm not showing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I love that movie. I mean, I will say this. I would watch Casino over Scarface for sure. I would not watch Casino over Goodfellas. I'll give you that. And I'd probably watch Casino over Godfather. But as far as a good movie goes, yeah, I think those are the best movies. But okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to a segment. All right, so this whip.
They break sticky fingers in the casino.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so we have a quick little memorabilia deep dive here. This is more like a bolo. And Andy, I think you've talked about one of these on the sales of the week before, but I'm going to delve into the Huddles figurines. You know what I'm talking about.
I know you. What was it? The Patriots one, I think, right?
Yeah, you sold one earlier, but they come in a wide variety, and the one is a real bolo, and I'll show you that last. But we have the so they were like NFL mascots they made in the early 80s, like 83 to 85 maybe. They had little plush dolls. Plush dolls do pretty good. I mean, depending on the team, they bring $25 to $50. I forget how much yours sold for, Andy.
Probably I think it was over that. I think it was maybe over, yeah.
Some bring a lot more. Then they also made a lamp too, in the Huddles lamp. You never see them. I don't know how I still have that. He's listed. They made Huddles hats. Maybe an Eagles Huddles hat.
Jeez.
But wait, they're only youth size. I would definitely rock that up as an adult size. But and then they have even have inflatable Huddles.
I don't even want to know what you do with inflatable Huddles.
Yeah, but I got this guy. But you can't really enjoy that in the package. So you got the whole inflatable right here. So you got in the package, out of the package. These you never see. I paid an embarrassing amount for this guy. Then I found this in a big collection I bought. So I probably wouldn't have paid it if I found the second one. But the real bolo are the small figurines. So this is not an Eagles one. This is a little porcelain. I think you can see it.
Yeah, it's a little. Oh, okay.
They make these in porcelain and PVC. This is a porcelain one, a Broncos mascot.
This is actually a Huddle from the Huddle.
It's Huddles, yeah. Yep. Same mascot.
This was after the plush ones came out, or no?
Same time period. It's just another thing they made.
I never saw those. I never knew they existed.
This guy I think I've listed for like $70, but some teams do better than others. They also make a PVC one, like a hard rubber that brings the same money, brings pretty good money. So really, if you find the tiniest statues or little rubber figures, pick them up. If you buy them, see them at a yard sale, they can do pretty good. I sold one for like $80, a Raiders one, I think. So yeah.
The big teams, if I recall too, like Raiders were big, right? They were one of the big teams out of there.
I mean, the Raiders and anything is always pretty good, but you never go wrong with the Birds. The Birds is king.
Some of them had essentially had cooler like designs, right? I mean, like the Patriots is kind of a boring thing. The Giants is okay; it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
but like any of the animals, I think really were the ones that were
the Bills is a cool one. Definitely, Bills is a cool one. Yeah,
I remember that one, but yeah, those are cool. I remember this. Like, I had an Eagles one for some reason. My mom probably just was tired of the Lions and gave me an Eagles one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure most people were.
I think I ripped his hat off, and he had like his whole top of his head is like covered in glue. So it's like he's got a bald.
You still have him?
Maybe.
You should put him up in your backdrop.
No. I don't have. I need a Lions. Maybe I should go look. I'd be in the Bolo for a Lions one.
Yeah. There might be one in the warehouse. To be honest, we might find a Lions.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see if I can get a different one.
All right. Yeah.
I don't want to steal from our stock.
Yeah, you want a dead stock one in the box. That's the way to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to the draft. So there we are. So we went. The last round was the Departed and Casino.
Back to you,
so Andy.
Back to me again. Question is, how do I finish off here?
You have 2 picks. It's not your last pick.
No, I know, but I need to finish strong. So I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna go with one that's a little bit kind of shows 2 sides. So it's not strictly a mob movie, but it's got, it certainly has mob aspects to it. But it also shows like a family side too. So I'm going to go with a movie called A Bronx Tale, which is kind of the story of this kid growing up and it's like admiration for this kind of mob boss in his like kind of like not town, but like on his street, and then his sort of love of his dad too. So like it's like a very good, touching movie, but certainly has a lot of mob aspects to it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good pick. I mean, I haven't seen that forever, but I just put it's just Bronx Tale, or is it A Bronx Tale?
It's probably A Bronx Tale. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think I love it's just a good movie too. It's not like as kind of intense as some of the other mob movies.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like you're a little struggling here. This is
I'm torn here. I have a pick that's like a more popular movie and a better movie. I have a pick that was not a great movie, but one of my favorites that I'll always watch when I see this movie. Or there's one that's a bit off the radar.
Jeez. No, that's good.
And by the way, for the people coming in late, stay tuned to the end. We have a blooper reel coming. I showed Andy. This is sort of our highlights or lowlights from our filming that, we cut out, we edited it out, but I saved them in a file in iMovie. I'm going to save these
highlights for me because I'm taller, so he's a little low light.
So, I measure myself at work today because people call me short.
Which? Oh yeah.
I'm not going to give the results.
You're 5'8", aren't you?
No. I stick with 5'10".
You are 5'9".
Maybe it was a faulty tape measure that put me slightly under, but pretty darn close.
Gotcha.
Pretty darn close. Where do I go here? I'm so torn.
Thank you.
So torn. Let me look at my list one more time. I was off the screen. What was that?
Old Sticky Fingers put a surprise together for us.
Yeah, it is. It's great. Mrs. Flips makes an appearance. There's some language that usually doesn't make the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. I like to go back in time a bit.
You got back-to-back picks. You can go.
I know. This is not an Italian mob movie.
Okay.
This is an older school movie, but it's definitely organized crime. I'm gonna go Gangs of New York. Great movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but great movie, great cast. Daniel Day-Lewis, right, and Leonardo DiCaprio. great movie. It's definitely off the beaten track to what we're drafting, but
Sure. I did not have it on my list, but okay, I can see that. I think it's organized crime. That works.
Yeah, it definitely fits.
I feel like you started so strong, and I think you're finishing poorly. He always likes to do this. He always likes to.
Yeah, I wanted to get my movies in there. There's
float at the end.
I'll get one of my other ones still. All right, so that's that. Let me get rid of that. Oh, you gotta rewatch it. I want to rewatch it too. Maybe I'll watch it with my son because it's a good one. All right, last segment here.
Unboxing. Our collection builds.
All right, Andy. So you started us off. So we delve into a piece we added to our collection. Andy will start it off here for us.
Yeah. All right. Well, we were talking about this before. I got my first one of one.
No, come on.
I mean,
I don't know if
what's that?
Has Leo been in a bad movie? I can't think of one.
But I think it's more the stinks part that you're thinking. As soon as you said that annoyed you, it's like you just open the floodgates to the worst thing.
Yeah. Why did I do this to myself?
But anyway, yeah. So I picked up a one of one Jack Campbell. I don't know if you remember that. That was probably several months ago.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I did think of What's Eating Gilbert Grape, but I think that's still a decent movie. But I'm sorry, Andy. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? A poor Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Beaches. I didn't even know that.
Is he in Beaches?
I don't know. I'll tell you one movie we could do a Leo DiCaprio.
I want to do a John Cusack draft, but yeah, we can do Leo. I love John Cusack, but yeah, we can do all of them. There's Infinity. Yeah. Beach is pretty good.
So this is the first, that one was a decent card. I like this Jack Campbell. This is a significantly better card. So this is like my second one of one. This is a Sam Laporta one of one RPA. I hope he does well.
Yeah. What set is that?
This is out of Spectra. So
okay.
One of the higher end things. So yeah.
So what's the label on the back of that? Did that come out of like a?
This is from eBay actually.
Oh, that's eBay's authentication label.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Yeah. I think this is probably the best. I would assume maybe there's a couple other pack like National Treasure and like what was that other one? Immaculate. Maybe they have better one-on-ones, but this is probably one of the best one-on-ones you could get in terms of the patch and the auto.
That's not it. It's Dan said Shield. Is Shield in Immaculate or Shield's in? There's not a Shield in Spectre. That's a Shield. Yeah. Oh, see the NFL. Okay, so I got you. All right, so that's just the patch that has the yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, you're right. That was not a cheap venture to add that to your collection.
It was not. No.
You probably don't want to share. You don't have to share that if you don't want to.
No, that's by far like I don't know 10 times as much as I spent for any other card. So we'll see. I think they hold their value. It's something that, and I think it's the coolest one. I just hope that Sam Laporta actually does well.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be stuck with a really annoying card that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully that breaks a leg and never, hopefully not. All right. So yeah, that's it. Mine is maybe a little less exciting.
Dan, I did not. No, I actually bought that on eBay. So that's why it has like the eBay authentication. So it went through authentication. I'm thinking about getting it graded. I don't think it matters that much unless it got a 10. If it gets a 10, then maybe it's probably worth more.
I would do it just because you're getting it. You pay that much for it. You might as well get it slabbed and protect it a little bit better. I know that the mag cases protect things anyway, but
and this is and that's within a bag of like the eBay puts it in a bag too, so like the mag case won't even open up there. But I agree.
Okay, yeah.
So
that's his. Mine is not a card at all, but again, a little vintage fashion. Check these guys out, Andy.
Look at that.
These are vintage
Converse.
No, they're not. Here, I'll show you it there. Look at the tongue on them. Look at the
Whoa.
tongue action.
Impressive.
Yeah, these are.
That's like the biggest. I think that's an awkward sized tongue. I guess it's way too big.
It is a big tongue, but look, these are vintage starter, like early 90s. Problem is, these are size 11, dead stock, size 11.
Your size?
I wear 12. I wear 12, but I already squeezed into them once around the house, so I could be uncomfortable for a day.
You're cut off the front of your toes if you have to.
Yeah, maybe I won't wear them to the Eagles games because we walk like 10 miles, several miles to the game. But that would be but yeah, definitely wear them around the house. But yeah,
I got you those Phillies shoes. You can wear those. That's still showing your feet off for for this.
I'm wearing them Eagles game. I'm wearing no Phillies game.
Oh, I thought you'd kind of wear them around just in general.
No, I have Eagles Nikes that I wear to the games too. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's on the horizon. My wife fights me on that. They're men's, Dan. And thankfully they're my son's size. So
good Lord, you got like the Keith family, what is it? You guys all have the giant feet, like in proportionate to your body. You guys are basically like clowns. You have like clown feet at the bottom.
We're not going to delve into what that. Never mind. I'm not going to take that anywhere. But yeah, we have a big-footed family, I guess.
Big-footed family.
But yeah, so that's. But they are his size. But he's sort of like is disgusted by anything vintage. I forced him to wear a vintage Eagle starter jacket to the NFL to the NFC Championship game 2 years ago. He was like, he hated the idea, but he wore it for me. So
I mean, my collection is nothing compared to what Keith says. So
I do want to do it someday for sure. Yeah, I've wanted to do it for a while. My wife doesn't like the idea, but I'll. When do I live? If I to show my collection. Hey, let's face it. If I listened to my wife, I wouldn't have the freaking collection anyway, right? So
true.
She's not happy with much of the shit that I do. So that's all right. We'll do that someday. That's in the. Yeah, gotta throw me a bone.
I like the big feet, sticky fingers.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that.
You're just a mess of a human, aren't you? All right, what do we got for the final picks? Okay,
final picks. Yeah, so is it me or it's Mig, right? Gangs of New York.
Final one.
All right. Do I want to go?
Keith, you've never played it safe. You always risk it for the biscuit, and that's what kills you, which is great.
So all right.
Yeah,
I'll go here
for sure.
I'll go here. This is not my. I think the other pick I would have made. I like the movie better, but it's by far less quality movie. And it's not a mob movie. It's not all about organized crime, but there's organized crime elements in it.
Okay.
I'm going Pulp Fiction.
Interesting.
They're hitmen. They got the cleaner. There's definitely organized crime in Pulp Fiction. Classic movie, early 90s, right in your wheelhouse, Andy.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that, guys. That's a tough. Especially when there's like a good one still on the board. I feel like not better than Pulp Fiction. Well, I'm not going to pick it, but I'd argue Reservoir Dogs is more of a mob movie and just as good.
I don't think it's just as good, but close. That was on my list. My list. I mean,
I don't know, man. This is why I love you, because you always finish so horribly.
No, I don't think so.
Strong. Okay, well, I think you're missing the really good one that I think is an awesome movie, and that's Donnie Brasco. I've seen it. I have a similar one I was debating between, but not Donnie Brasco. It's good. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I agree, MNOP, but we had a disclaimer early on. We were going organized crime. We weren't making mob movies. Even though the title said mob movies, that was, was sort of made it, but we did go just, if there's any element of organized crime, not just like maybe, I don't think Ocean's 11, Andy, would have fit, right? That's just
no. I think it has to be like a consistent kind of movie. I don't know. Yeah. that was not on my list. I didn't even think about that. They were hitmen, but I don't know.
And there's like the gambling fixing with Bruce Willis. I mean,
there's aspects.
There's a lot of elements of organized crime in there.
Yeah. So Donnie Brasco, I mean, this is a great movie. Where he infiltrates the mob. He's in the mob, so he infiltrates the mob. And then the cool part about that movie is he starts to as people know, he starts to kind of more side with the mob. Like he kind of sees them, sees kind of both sides and kind of starts to really shift towards the mob as opposed to like doing what his original job was, which is I think cool. And obviously, one of the best actors of our generation. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I guess we can just roll into our honorable mentions, right? Because we only have another segment.
Yeah,
I have another sales of the week, but I don't have to do that.
Yeah. So Untouchables on my list. I had Untouchables. That's the only thing I was saying about this because I was talking with somebody about it. The only reason I didn't really kind of seriously consider Untouchables is more of a kind of a police or like a solving the mob versus, like it's really talking about the advent of like the Rough Riders and, that Elliot Ness, that group, rather than, which I guess is still fighting the mob, but really is more kind of depicting the good guys to the side. So
to be honest, I don't think I've seen that movie.
Okay.
Nor do I think I've ever seen Road to Perdition.
Yeah. I don't know Road to Perdition, honestly.
It's Tom Hanks, right? Is Tom Hanks in that?
It could be. I don't know.
I want to see it.
I really only put the ones that I knew.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna.
My guilty pleasure one that's like not a great movie, but I wanted to draft in either the 4th or 5th round is Carlito's Way.
Yeah, that was talked. That's a good one.
I love Carlito's Way, but it's not a great movie, right? But it's like, and the characters are so over the top, like Sean Penn's character, the lawyer.
Yeah.
I forget his name right now. But Pacino's great in that movie, or maybe he's overacting a bit in it too. But
I saw. Have you ever seen Boardwalk Empire? I saw a few episodes.
Yeah, I watched the whole series. It's very good.
That was the one thing we didn't. I mean, obviously that's a mini series.
That would be a good one though. I wanted to do like a draft with like drama TV series, like a drama series.
Yeah.
Obviously,
mini series. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to cut out like you should not be. I mean, there's some of these shows that like the 7th or 8th season really are horrible or something. Like people hate the final seasons of Dexter, I think, and stuff like that. You should be able to cut those out and be like, this is the core. Like the best part is of that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with
all
that.
These shows, I feel like some of them fell off pretty badly at the end.
I don't know what RTP is.
Road to Perdition.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, is it Tom Hanks? Ergo, I need to watch it. And I know it was a crime, organized crime in some fashion.
Another one that I had on my list was American Gangster. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
That was good. I don't know if it's my favorite. There's another one on here, and this was too far off, which is why I didn't pick it either. But I did have it on my list as American History X.
I have that on there too. Yeah, that's great.
It's a great movie, but I don't think that it's really the thing is, it's not really organized crime, I would say, all that much. It's more like crime, but like, I don't know how,
Yeah, it's more just like an organized hate, right?
Yeah,
I mean, and it's great though. Once you get past the beginning, which is hard to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like on his,
redemption story.
Yeah. It gets good at that point. Mine, Blow's a great movie. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and this one, I don't, hate crime movie. Yeah. Training Day. I don't really know. I mean, there's some gang activity in that, but pretty good movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he really, I didn't draft it because I don't know if he can really qualify it as a organized crime.
Yeah. Not my, I wouldn't say that would be tough for me to, I mean, but you did take some other interesting picks. So
good picks. Good picks.
I saw Narcos. Is that wasn't a movie, that was it? Or wasn't that that's a series, isn't it?
I think it's a TV show. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta watch that.
Netflix or
maybe. I've heard people love that show. And there are a couple kind of cartel movies, which I probably should have taken more into consideration. Isn't there one? There was one about the big cartel guy, right? I mean, there's been a couple
Escobar?
movies about Escobar, like Pablo Escobar, I think. Maybe even Blow is loosely. Some of these are loosely based upon people too. Like
I think Escobar has a role in that. I mean, not obviously not the actor, not him himself, but wasn't. I don't know if did they call him Escobar or they called him like a nickname. I think they called him
Escobar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
in that
I'm
movie.
not sure.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen Blow in a long time, but I do remember it being good. Yeah.
it was Pee Wee Herman, right? Who like it was Pee Wee Herman that backstabbed him, or no, he didn't backstab him, but he was in the movie.
That was on my list of ones. Ozark. That's another good one too. We didn't. I mean, we didn't take any of these into.
I don't think it was that loose. I mean, up until we can pull it up. Up until Pulp Fiction, maybe, but I think the rest is pretty.
Your top three, certainly. Gangs of New York is.
It was totally organized crime.
All right.
I mean, it's a different. It's like 120 years earlier, but
sure.
I can understand Pulp Fiction's a loose translation.
Yeah, pretty good though.
Yeah.
So there we go.
There we go. That's pretty good. Yeah.
We have we know our next week's, right? Or we haven't decided exactly.
Next two drafts. So next week we're doing with special guest Rocky Top Picker Ben of the Reseller Locker Room and his own YouTube channel. He's our guest. We're going to draft all-time college football, not franchises, but programs, college football programs, like sort of all-time, the best programs. The following week, we're having a week off because Andy's going to be traveling. I'll be doing the Reseller Leftover draft, I believe, if that falls on that night. And then on the fantasy football draft. And then the week after,
it'll be like the first week in September, really. It would be that.
Yeah, September 4th, special guest Jimmy Old School Flips, also for the Reseller Leftovers. So we're going to draft all-time Denver Broncos. He's a big Broncos fan.
That's going to be a tough one for me. It's interesting because it's more focused. Well, yeah, because the problem when you get when it's way too open, then you just kind of get everybody gets a random.
Yeah, it's superstar.
Yeah. When you get down to trying to figure out who the 15th best Denver Bronco is, it gets a little tough.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I think you're going to be seeing some Carl Mecklenburg. I think you're going to be seeing. I mean, he's
definitely Carl Mecklenburg. 10. Yeah.
Got some Steve Atwater. There's some great. But the more you think about it, it's like, it's all my guys that aside from the big guys are going to be from when we were growing up. So.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s Broncos. Right. That's I think we're excluding Elway and Peyton. We had talked about with So.
That's the question, Dan. Are there 15 great Broncos?
We might have to have Dan on for a Bears draft because the Bears would have Bears go back to the 20s, right? So Bears have a laundry list of
He's going to come up with some 5 of the most random people.
Oh yeah, no one would be put past the 40s.
Jonathan Stinky Fingers McGillicuddy is
yeah. So all right, that's what we have it. So that's going to wrap it up. So guys, stay tuned for Rips and Brews tomorrow night. We have our mob rip episode dropping tomorrow at 8 p.m. We have a fun episode that will drop tomorrow night on this channel where we opened up a mystery box of 1986-87 Fleer. So definitely check that out. I like doing that enough that I bought another one. Just got here today, Andy. So
oh geez, he's
reinvested in that. So
are you watching Hard Knocks?
I haven't watched it at all.
I've seen some clips of it. I need to watch it though because I know I've heard it's been pretty good. I was even some of the Giant stuff like the off-season Hard Knocks I've heard was.
Oh, I saw clips of it, but yeah.
I need to watch it. I'll probably binge watch it one of these weekends and just take all of it. It's only I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes anyway. Yeah. But I love that show.
It was the talk of Philadelphia when they had the GM of the Giants on, talking about how the Eagles are out on Saquon and maybe who was the other team? Who was the other team that was in? I forget. And then the owner was like,
"We need to get." No, it wasn't Jet. Somebody. Yeah, I can't remember, but
we need to go. And the owner was like, he's our favorite, most popular player. We can't lose Saquon. And then just hearing that, it's as a franchise, I don't know if I could have that recording in your GM meetings. I know. It looks terrible for the GM.
There's even a couple times the other thing that they gave up too, which I saw was I think it was the Giants when they gave up their draft board. So they showed all of the players. Like, I don't know when it happened, but there's a clip of it. So that shows like who they are. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that stuff for normal franchises will never get out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You never let like the mistakes you made or get aired.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if you had like, your draft board. I don't know how you would do that on the draft board. And to your point too, the Saquon stuff just makes them look like absolute idiots.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the guy on the phone when he's talking to Saquon, he's like, just let's let us do us a favor and come back to us.
Yeah.
Saquon's like, no chance, buddy.
You're gonna give me that final shot. You're gonna give us a last chance.
He's
right? Right.
He's like, what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's just basically not even answering.
He was from Philly. Like, what do you? I mean, right? Isn't he from or close to?
Like a writing kind of area, more. Yeah.
I mean, went to
close enough. Yep. But I gotta watch it.
Yeah, Dan, that was. I mean, honestly, those are once in a lifetime. When you got like it's probably the convergence of like it's like the perfect storm, really. Like you have a guy who is about as insane, but also like endearing as any coach in history, maybe. With his like sayings and stuff, and then like the upcoming of a team, they end up drafting the Aiden Hutchinson. Like every single thing hit on that one, and like I still watch it every once in a while.
That's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing,
but guys. So check out tomorrow night those 2 episodes, and then in a second we'll play it out with a little blooper clip. You tell us next week what you think of it, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Out.
You're going to screw up the intro as usual.
Probably.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Rips and Brews,
where we're all about beer chasing. Shit. Hold on. This light's bothering me too. I already started.
Gosh. So, guys, this channel is all about car tasting. Wait.
You said car tasting.
Start one more time.
Why do I look so white?
Because you're pale as fuck.
What's that little outfit you got going on there? That's a fancy bitch.
Wow, look at all these ring lights.
See, that's a fancy bitch, he said. Yeah. Good lighting, Kelly. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why do I look so white?
It's because there's lights everywhere. What the hell?
Burn my ass off on the light in the back. My God.
Yeah, watch your ass. Oh my God, it is hot.
Yes.
And it's that time of the month to do it. Don't tell my wife that. Hopefully not. Well, that's coming out. Well, yeah. So, it's that time of the month. We'll be ripping.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It sounds horrible.
So there we go. So that has it.